Sometimes, you meet someone online, and suddenly they become part of your daily life. It starts with a few messages. Then a few calls. Then suddenly, you're talking every single day. That's what happened to a 29-year-old guy from Europe. He met a girl online. She was from Colombia. She was 23. Beautiful. And incredibly charming. They started talking in October. And they never really stopped. Every single day. Sometimes for hours. 4 hours. Sometimes 5. And the conversations got emotional. She would tell him things like, "I want you to be mine. I don't want to share you with anyone." After months of talking, their connection felt very real. But there was one problem. They had never met. And she lived 7,000 kilometers away. Eventually, the uncertainty became unbearable. So he made a decision. A risky one. He bought a plane ticket. Destination: Medellin. 7,000 kilometers. Just to meet her. At first, he felt excited. But the moment he landed, something felt wrong. Her messages suddenly became cold. Short replies. Long delays. Still, they agreed to meet for dinner. That night, he called an Uber. He picked her up. And when he saw her, his first thought was simple. Wow! She was even more beautiful in person. But the moment they got into the car, things became awkward. He tried to hold her hand. She didn't react. At all. It felt like holding the hand of a statue. That was the first moment he realized something was wrong. But he still hoped the dinner would go better. So they walked into the restaurant together. And for a moment, things seemed normal. They talked. They even laughed a little. But something still felt off. Because she barely asked him anything. The conversation felt one-sided. He was asking questions. Trying to keep the energy positive. But she rarely asked anything back. Still, he tried to stay relaxed. He didn't want to ruin the night. At one point, their faces were close. So he tried something small. Just a subtle kiss. But she immediately pulled away. And told him to calm down. The atmosphere changed instantly. Now the distance between them was obvious. And then something else happened. She started complaining about the food. Making a face like it was terrible. At that point, he just paid the bill. And they left the restaurant. But he wasn't ready to end the night. So he suggested going to a bar nearby. Surprisingly, she agreed. So they went inside. The bar had a completely different atmosphere. Music. People laughing. Energy everywhere. And for a moment, things felt a little better. They talked for almost an hour. Maybe even an hour and a half. A waitress even walked by. And told them something surprising. She said they looked like a cute couple. But inside, he knew something wasn't right. It felt like he was forcing the entire situation. Eventually, they left the bar. They waited outside for her Uber, and that's when she said something. "I'm going home to sleep." That already felt bad. But he tried one last time. He leaned in for a kiss. And she pushed his face away. Not gently. But with clear annoyance. For a second, everything felt frozen. He pretended nothing happened. Her Uber arrived. She got inside. She told him to stay safe. Then the car drove away. And suddenly, he was alone. In a city 7,000 kilometers from home. At dawn. Feeling like the biggest idiot on earth. He had flown across the world. Spent money. Time. And emotional energy. For a night that felt humiliating. But the story wasn't over. That night, he went back to his hotel feeling completely drained. He kept replaying the night in his head, wondering what went wrong. The next morning, he decided to stop thinking about it and explore Medellin instead. Walking through the city, he started noticing how alive Medellin felt. That's when he unexpectedly met someone new. Another girl from the city. And this time, the energy was completely different. man and friendly Colombian woman laughing together while walking through colorful Medellin street market. The conversation started casually. Just small talk about the city, where he was from, and what brought him to Colombia. Unlike the night before, this conversation felt natural. Easy. There was no awkward silence. They decided to walk together through the neighborhood. She showed him small places that tourists rarely see. They stopped at a small food stand and tried local Colombian street food together. The food was simple, but the moment felt genuine. For the first time since arriving in Colombia, he felt completely relaxed. They walked through colorful neighborhoods filled with street art. She told him stories about growing up in the city. He realized something surprising. The chemistry between them felt effortless. There were no forced conversations. No awkward moments. Just two people enjoying the day. They spent hours exploring the city together. They laughed about small things. Random stories. Travel mishaps. The difference from the previous night was impossible to ignore. Sometimes the best moments come from completely unexpected encounters. And in that moment, the disappointment from the previous night finally started to fade away. We spent a few days together just exploring the city. Nothing serious, but it felt easy. And honestly, that's all I needed. A few days later, something unexpected happened. His phone lit up with a message. It was her. The same girl who rejected him. She thanked him for the night. And said she actually had a great time. That confused him even more. So they started talking again. Long voice messages. Long explanations. At one point, she started crying. She said she cared about him. A lot. The conversation lasted hours. 3 hours. Maybe 4. And eventually, he had to make a decision. Because the truth was simple. Something about the situation felt wrong. The connection they had online didn't match reality. So he told her something honest. He said they shouldn't keep talking. Because there was no future that felt healthy. She insisted she still liked him. But he stood his ground. He told her something else too. He could accept awkwardness. He could accept nerves. But he couldn't accept the contempt. That moment told him everything. Still, he wished her the best. And told her he would never hold a grudge. That was the end. A strange ending to a very strange story. But life has a funny way of moving forward. Sometimes the worst nights lead to the best lessons. And sometimes, they even lead to better experiences. But that wasn't the only relationship drama on Reddit this week.